Hello everyone, welcome back to another Adobe Photoshop CC 2020 tutorial, guys. In this one, I'm going to show you how to get rid of face tattoos. And not too many people have more face tattoos than Post Malone, so we're going to work on Post Malone in this one here, guys. I've got a picture of him here just doing his thing up on the mic, and as you look at him, you'll see here that we've got quite a few face tattoos. He's got cards, he's got stay away, which is what all the girls say to me whenever I'm not mad. And then always tired, whatever the hell that stands for. And a sword, naturally, amongst other things, guys. So this is what the original picture looks like, and then I've gone ahead and made some changes. I'll show you what it looks like once you've done some fix-ups. And boom, his face tattoos are pretty much history. And it's very hard to tell that there were face tattoos there in the first place. So this is how you do it. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and drop that layer underneath. And I'll even delete it. Well, I'm just going to leave it there, guys, but it's deactivated. The next step, though, if you're following along, is you want to make sure you go to Window, go to Workspace, go to Essentials. Make sure Essentials is selected. And then you also want to left-click on Reset Essentials, just because that way you can be seeing kind of what I see here, too. I've gone ahead and just reduced the size of this here tool section, but whatever, that's not important. So there we go, guys. Now, once you're at this step here, you want to move ahead and you want to go ahead and create a new layer. Pardon me. I'm going to left click and create new layer. Now, this is a layer we're going to be working on, so it's non-destructive. And now we're going to zoom in a little bit. I just zoom in with the trackpad on my MacBook Pro, but if you don't have a MacBook Pro or you're using a PC, you can just go ahead and use this here little zoom tool, and that allows you to zoom in and out as you move in and out with it. So let's go ahead, something like that. How does that look? Cool. All right, good stuff. The next step here is make sure you're still selected on layer 2 here, or layer 1 it'll be in your situation. And you want to go ahead and click on the clone stamp tool. Now, it is about a third of the way down the toolbar, almost halfway actually, and it's clone stamp tool. You can click S, or you can just left click on this and bang, you've got the clone stamp tool. Depending on if you're working along with me, you can adjust the size of it by you just dragging and dropping down here, and then you'll see that there's a size button. So if you want a huge circle, or if you want a small circle because you're doing some very, very detailed, intricate fine work, it's up to you, but I'm going to go with 15 pixels. This is about this size here. And here it is, guys. Here is the technique in a nutshell that's going to save you. What you want to do is, now that the clone stamp tool is selected, is you'll see here that you've got a circle, and if you just left click on it, nothing happens, which is the way it's supposed to be. What you need to do is you need to hold down the Alt key if you're on a PC, or an Option key if you're on a Mac like I am. Hold that down, and then you're going to see some crosshairs. This is what you're looking for. What this is doing is this basically is saying select these pixels. We are basically doing pixel transplanting. If that was a thing, that's what this is. So I hold the Alt or Option key down here, and you're going to see here that I'm hovering over these pixels here. I'm going to left click. That means I've selected those pixels. Now, when I let go of the Alt or the Option key, I'm going to get the circle back. But when I hover over top of his face tattoos, you're going to see here that you'll see, if you go in a little closer even, that it's kind of removing them. It's kind of like writing over them. What it's basically doing is it's just transplanting those pixels on top of it. So just watch as I go here. I'm going to select these pixels here, left click, and then I'm going to go over top. Left click on some pixels here, and I'm going to go over top. Left click, and left click here. And it is a little bit of a tedious process, but you know what? Hey, this we're getting rid of his face tattoos, so this isn't supposed to be like, you know, just walk in and get it done, right? So this is maybe, it's like some pixel tattoo parlor stuff. So again, guys, this is the technique. I'm going to just select some pixels, and then I'll select those pixels. And then as we go here, you're going to see that I'm just slowly just working away on his face tattoos. Now, I'm going to get rid of a couple more, and then I'm going to assume you understand this technique, and then I'll show you one last thing if you want to get really, really tight and get close in there. So I'm going to left click, and then left click out here, and then, let's get rid of, like, I'm just going to go quickly here. This isn't perfect, don't get me wrong, but, it might be a bit wrong. But again, we're just, oh, whoa, sorry, dude, I just chopped off your eyebrow, bruh. All good. All right, chopping away, chopping away. All right, guys, so I think you got the picture. Selecting, and boom, there we go. Okay, and that's my dog doing dog things. Okay, guys, so that's how you get rid of them. And again, so if I was to, this is the original, and this is with his tattoo popped off. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop layer 1 onto the top, turn layer 2 off, turn layer 1 on, because this is what it would look like if you did this the whole way through. But again, I'm just teaching you the technique. This isn't something we're going to be putting in a friggin' on a magazine cover, for example. The next step that you can do, and this is optional because this looks pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie, is I'm going to create another layer, and this is going to be layer 3. And the next thing you can do, if you really want to get really, 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 really big and tight in on this, is you can go to the brush tool, and I've got this weird brush selected, and it's the wrong one. So I'm going to go down here, so I click to the brush tool. Up here you can select the brush. I'm going to go to general brushes, and then I'm just going to use a soft round brush. Boom, that's it. Now I'm also going to decrease the size of the brush from 125 to like really, really small. Let's go to like 15 pixels. Was that what we were using? Yeah, let's go 15 pixels. I'll just type it in, hit enter. Okay, now what you can do is if you hold down the Alt or the Option key, you can actually use the tool here that allows you to select some color. So if you decide that the top of his forehead maybe needs a little bit more of this pink color, I'm going to hold down Alt or Option. I'm going to select that color. Then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go ahead and start painting. Now, if you start painting, you'll see here, okay, we've added in a little bit of darkness into his forehead here. Maybe this is the look you're going for. Again, you'll also have the ability to reduce the flow, which I've got down to 29%. Let's even go down to like 20. And you know what? I'm going to even reduce the opacity a little bit down to like 50, just because it's easier to do multiple layers or do multiple strokes as opposed to deleting. So I'm just adding in very, very subtle colors to his forehead, as you can see here. And it's a little bit pinker. Maybe down here, I don't really like that look here, so I'm going to add in some color there. Again, guys, I'm just sort of seasoning this to taste. And if I take the layer off, add the layer on, you'll just see here we've got some nice subtle colors. That's all there is to it, to removing face tattoos using Photoshop, using the clone stamp tool, using the brush tool if you think it's necessary. Guys, this is Post Malone. This is the guy that you can bring home to your mom and dad and introduce him to the family. And this is the guy that you kind of can't. So anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching the tutorial. A lot more stuff coming up. Stay tuned.